Hey guys, Desolate Magic, and we have some more clarifications, finally, from Wizards now a day later about the Mr. Beast $25,000 X2 giveaway. And I love how the very first sentence is, as I read it, completely illegal. So they say, are you ready to play MTG Arena? Mr. Beast is. As his millions of YouTube fans around the world would expect, he's bringing a pile of cash to give away while playing. And you can be the one to win. Yeah, it's not his money. In his videos, it's his money, which is why that's especially misleading. The exact wording that they use in the actual legalese is the F&M at Home featuring Mr. Beast promotion is sponsored by Wizards of the Coast LLC. And then in parentheses, they give them the legal title for future reference as sponsor. So in other words, they're the ones putting up the money. But guess what? They're not even the ones running it. It's administered by Prize Logic LLC, the, quote, administrator for legal reasons. So you're getting the money from Prize Logic LLC, and the financial sponsor is Wizards of the Coast. Mr. Beast is the promoter, I guess. He himself as a person or as a brand is not actually mentioned in the legalese. That's how disconnected he is from this. So no, he's not giving away his money like he normally does in his videos. Saying that is an absolute and complete lie. Now you might be asking yourself, but Des, who's that stupid? Little kids, first of all, but other than that, mostly nobody. Speaking of little kids, you have to be 18 or older to enter, so that's fun. Well, let me just burn through all the legalese nonsense. I mean, there's like pages of it if you want to like really see the terms. But the super short, stuff you might actually care about version is no purchase necessary. Purchase will not increase your chances of winning. Promotion begins at 11 a.m. Pacific time, 4/3/21, and ends at 12. Okay, we know this. Open to legal residents of the 50 United States / District of Columbia, Canada, excluding Quebec because they're awful. It actually says that. That's word for word what it says. Just kidding. I mean, you take one look at Quebec and you're like, wow, they managed to make being French even worse. Anyway, Japan, the UK, Germany, France, Netherlands, Spain, Sweden, Austria, and Portugal. I could absolutely go off on who they're not including and why, because what the hell? Okay, who are at least 18 years of age or older, or the age of majority in their place of residence, whichever is older at the time of entry. Click here for the official rules, which is like the big giant legal document. And then including how to enter, odds, prize details, and restrictions. They don't know the odds, come on. Skill testing question required for Canadian winners. Canadian folks, what is that? I mean, I assume that they say, like in Canada, outside Quebec, like a pure giveaway based on luck is not legal. That's a lottery. So it has to be skill based. You have to earn it, where this is purely a giveaway. You don't have to actually win the game. So they're going to, if a Canadian person gets chosen, tack on one single skill testing question. And then I guess you have to like get it right, because if you got it wrong, then the question wouldn't matter and it wouldn't be a thing of skill. So I guess there's a trivia section for Canadians. I bet the question will be like, what is the name of the game you just played? Or like, what is the name of the company behind Magic the Gathering? And it would be hilarious if the person didn't know. I would have felt like, okay, what is the company behind Magic the Gathering? Also, you have 30 minutes and we aren't restricting you on not being able to use a computer or the internet. Then if you lose the 25K, that's on you. So they go on to say 2 prizes available, 25,000 USD each. Void in Quebec. They want to really absolutely outline that because, once again, Quebec is awful. And they said, and we're prohibited, which, believe it or not, individual counties and cities in America cannot participate in this. They have some weird, like, city rules against raffles or who knows. Then they say message and data rates may apply. That doesn't make any sense unless you're tethering to the internet through a phone and then connecting on Arena, but that's just some CYA nonsense that's in like every legalese thing. Sponsor, Wizards of the Coast, once again, they're the ones giving away the money. They want to make very clear that. And then they give their address for some reason. I think that's a requirement in some areas, so they're really trying hard to meet like every single requirement ever, but I gotta say, like, where's Australia on this? I know that they crack down kind of hard on like giveaways and, pseudo lottery, promotions, that kind of thing. But like, there's a lot of like English speaking, very common places that Magic sells to that aren't on this list. I guess they all just ban giveaways of large amounts of money. I don't know. My first guess would have been that Prize Logic LLC just doesn't have the ability to pay people in certain areas, but I don't know. Usually it's a legal thing. Now here's the really important thing. Really, really important. And I'm going to read the most legalese portion from their little legal document. All entrants must play the full game to completion to be eligible to win a prize. Conceded games do not constitute a full game. Now, the informal one on the bullet points in the article says make sure you play your games all the way through, win or lose, to be eligible to win. You won't know which of your opponents could be Mr. Beast, so that's another thing. They're making absolutely sure they don't disclose his username. I outlined what a disaster it would be if they did otherwise, but it would seem that if you play like a 24-round match and you're absolutely dead on their next turn and you forfeit, you also forfeit the 25 grand. You have to pass to their turn, let them attack you, and drive your life points down below 0. So even if you have no cards in hand, you literally have no way of winning. Legally speaking, they don't have to give you the prizes if you forfeit. So just remember that. If you are dead on board or if the game's absolutely going terrible, finish that game. Do not hit the concede button. That's really the key takeaway from this. I wasn't going to make the video except for that little point right there. They did verify will email you if you win, the one that you registered your account with. So if you registered it with a fake one, you're in trouble. You might want to contact support ASAP and just be like, hey, I, quote, no longer have access to that email and I need to change it to something else, and then change it to something valid. I don't know how the hell you're going to prove you're you without access to the email account. Good luck. My guess would be from experience, make at least one purchase on your credit card through, unfortunately, Xsola, I believe is who they use for their payment processing. And then, like, you have to give them, which as if the Wizards support rep, who's also a third party, has access to it, but in theory, give them a name and address, street address to the last four of the credit card, last used for the last purchase, and that'll prove that you're you. Otherwise, well, your stupid ass shouldn't have signed up with a fake email, so... oh well. My advice in that case is either start a new account or don't participate, or both. They did mention somewhere that your account has to be registered before the 23rd. But the way they mentioned it, it almost seemed like that was advice, like sign up before then, in case there's a server error, or in case it gets delayed, or just don't delay to the last day. Like, it was more like advice, but it could be read as an actual requirement. So just FYI, new accounts created that day might not be able to participate because... well, I mean, in the official rules, it says you can only use one account, no more than one account per person, and, no using multiple emails, blah, 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 whatever. Oh, I was just scanning through. Yeah, if you're playing Arena on your phone, data and charges might apply. Okay, I forgot Arena Mobile was a thing because who gives a crap? Oh, to summarize, like, the 12-part conduct and gameplay section that they have in the legalese, don't be an asshole, and the sponsor can kick you out for any reason. So you may play it all the way through, don't concede, and then spam emojis like an asshole, or slow play them, try to time them out, or just be playing a dickish deck like a mill deck. I mean, I'm just saying, except that they're pre-made decks, But I'm just saying, if you're a bad player and you make the game look bad or unfriendly, which is, the majority of people on Arena, they can kick you out. It says entrants who engage in unsportsmanlike, disruptive, annoying, toxic, harassing, or threatening conduct. I know some of those emojis I can get downright threatening with them. That is not a joke that they put that in there. Or violate any rule, gain unfair advantage in the event, or attempt to obtain winner status using fraudulent means, not including but not limited to cheating, hacking, deception, or other unfair practices may be disqualified in the sponsor's discretion. They might disqualify me if I win because I'm me. In which case, you're right, I'm gonna sue them. The 1 in a million shot that will be. There was some language that vaguely said that if anything goes wrong, someone else will be picked, like, randomly from the pool of people who were playing during that period. It kind of suggested that. So if it turns out one of the two people cheated, or he can't get 2 clean games in without people forfeiting or being a jackass, they'll just go to, okay, we will randomly pick one. Oh, or if the person who wins doesn't respond to the email within 10 days. So yeah, actually, I mean, let me just throw this at her because this is the other really important point. if something falls through with the initial ones, they're just going to give it out randomly. That's what it sounds like. They're not going to reschedule it. They're just going to randomly pick somebody else. Now, my guess would be that they're not going to do it randomly. That was just the way they wrote this little legalese contract nonsense terms thing. They're probably going to have Mr. Beast play against like 7 people in the hour if he can, which, I mean, seems unrealistic, but you never know. Keep in mind, low-powered decks. And then it'll be the first 2 win, and then the rest will be the backup, so that, you know, people feel like they earned it. They won't have to just go back to the logs and be like, I don't know, pick this person. But they also had language that very specifically said, will be chosen at random. But they could be referring to the matchmaking system. See, that's the thing, is like, even in the legalese, it's kind of vague, just saying. And trust me, they covered like everything they possibly could. Section 9 says warning for photosensitivity, epilepsy, or seizures that could be associated with this gameplay. That's in the official terms for this contest. You want to talk about some cover your ass language? My gosh. You are, by the way, signing away publicity rights that they will use your likeness or name or whatever. Even your home address, they say, may be published, which, okay, now I better not win. So they're going to, if you win, they're going to dox you is what they're saying. They're going to publicly show a picture of your house with you standing in front of it and say, this person is now 25,000 richer. Good luck, buy a security system and a gun. According to the official terms, that's what they can do. Now, according to the article, that's not necessarily what they're going to do, but that's what they can do. Whoever wrote this is out of their fucking mind. Oh, if you attempt to purposely damage or undermine or interfere with the event, like DDoS them to troll them, you are liable for damages and they will sue you to the fullest extent permitted by law. So keep that in mind, you stupid little script kiddie trolls, who are probably too stupid to know what a VPN is or how it works, let alone use one. Now, professionals, no comment. I mean, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. You know, just saying. You got a chip on your shoulder about wizards. It's none of my damn business. I would advise not attacking the thing to ruin it, but, you know, that's just me. Everybody's different. Oh, but for real, in Section 14, they absolutely 100% are going to dox you if you win, allegedly, because for a copy of the winners list, interested individuals should mail a self-addressed stamped business envelope to Winners List, F&M at Home, featuring Mr. Beast, P.O. Box, blah, 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 whatever, Bloomington, Michigan, which is where basically Prize Logic is, and winning list requests must be made no later than June 23rd, 2021. So it could be a first name, last letter, but they already said that if you win, you agree to use your home address and your likeness and your portrait and your voice and footage and everything. Okay, yeah, I'm not even entering now. That wouldn't be worth the 25 grand, to be honest. So here's one little thing I wanted to add on to the end. Little conspiracy theory for you here. Why are they doing it for 2 people instead of 1? And if you're going to say, because you could fit in 2 matches in an hour, okay, the hour was completely arbitrary. That is not an answer. Why do you think they're having 2 winners instead of 1? Or instead of like 3 or 4? Why is it exactly specifically 2? I wonder if there's going to be some sort of twist at the end. Like a Mr. Beast style twist, or I wonder if he'll secretly invite them to like another video where they duke it out playing, you know, paper magic, or I wonder if those 2 the next week will have some kind of championship to keep it rolling, and they'll live stream it on Wizards official Twitch, and then the winner gets 100 grand. Because they wouldn't have to disclose any of that in the legalese for this first part. They would just get you 2 winners to sign a thing for the big match between you 2. So just saying, I find it really unusual that exactly 2 people are winning a Magic tournament that's based on complete and utter luck. That just seems like a little too nice to me. Oh, there is one gigantic glaring lie in these official terms. Let me just read this. Play for free in this week's F&M at Home event between 11 a.m. and 12 p.m. noon Pacific time, parenthesis, or all day, Magic is fun, exclamation mark, end parenthesis. That is, in court, provably false. It may sound like an opinion. You could prove in court that that is factually not true. But then again, this is in the same article where they said that Mr. Beast is the one giving it away. I think that was just like a slip. That was like, that's kind of the idea, but you're not supposed to actually say it because it's not true. So yeah, clearly somebody doesn't know what the hell they're doing wrote this. It was written by Archive. Well, you know what that means. So yeah, those are the additional deets. I know I had a little fun with that there. But yeah, I mean, just keep in mind the odds of the original 2 people actually winning, being able to, you know, being qualified, being from the correct country, being actually over 18, you know, getting and responding to the email in time. It sounds to me like almost impossible. Yeah, people are going to be motivated. They're going to be logging in, checking their Gmail spam folder for some you won 25K nonsense. Plus, their username is going to be plastered all over Daily MTG and stuff. But like, okay, it just seems to me like there's so many hoops and issues and disqualifications. And, oh, it turns out the 2 people are cheating or whatever. Or, oh, whoopsies, there was an error and the servers crashed, so we're just going to pick 2 people at random. It just feels to me like there's a higher than 50% chance that someone other than the intended 2 people are going to win, and it's just going to come down to like a random giveaway. I didn't find anywhere stating that that's their official backup plan, but I found language suggesting it. So, get on, and maybe not all hope is lost if you don't seem to match up against them, but also be a sportsman-like polite person who says good game even if you lose. And this is technically against the rules, but if you were to target some spells poorly, make some poor swing decisions to accelerate the game and lose a little quicker or win a little quicker than you normally would. I guess win, that's, just play optimally. But if you were to, spike the game a little bit and just say, oh man, I misclicked or I made a mistake later, but I was playing the best of my ability, you would shorten your games and have more shots at it. Just saying, mathematically, plausible deniability. I'm not saying do this because it would be a violation of the rules. I'm just saying it is a thing that can be done and that I totally don't recommend you doing. And then if you do win, everybody's going to scrutinize the gameplay and be like, wow, this person's an idiot. But, crying all the way to the bank, So, hey, thanks for watching this little update, everybody, and I'll see you guys next time.